What up, team? We doing makeup today. Specifically, I'm gonna do a first impression of this guy, Seint Beauty. First impression, well, second impression technically, because I opened it and put it on yesterday for the first time, but I just kind of like lightly dabbled in it. But anyway, we're gonna test this out today. I'm gonna put it on with you and we're gonna see how it goes and how I feel. And if you are interested in that, then just keep watching. Hello and welcome back to my beauty room. Just kidding. This is my laundry room, aka my office. Anyway, today I'm gonna do a first impressions of Seint Beauty, or a first impression, if you will. Seint Beauty is like all over YouTube. It's a, I don't know, like, it's not a new concept in makeup. It's mainly cream products, but it's kind of a, I don't know, it's like a hot thing right now. I think there's some like TikTok stuff going on with Seint. I don't TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know about all that. But I personally fell into the Seint Beauty like rabbit hole of interest. Just from like some Instagram folks that I follow really like swear by Seint Beauty. So I had the opportunity to, like, I met someone who is a consultant and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the trigger on it, because like I've been watching a ton of YouTube. You know, once you watch one video on Seint Beauty, YouTube will recommend additional videos, like whatever topic. This is true obviously for whatever topic you're going down the rabbit hole of. And you might have even found this video as a result of going down the Seint Beauty rabbit hole on YouTube. So if you did, hello and welcome. My name is Megan. I don't make YouTube videos very often, but when I do, they are amateur at best. Anyway, I love makeup, so we're gonna do this. Okay, so first thing, I'm not a consultant. I'm not a Seint Beauty artist. I can't color match you. I have no plans to become one. This is just me doing a first impression video. I've been ultra curious about this makeup. I did try this makeup on yesterday and just did like a ultra light application, but it's basically still a first impression because I've only used it once. So, okay, about Seint Beauty. It is a multi-level marketing company, but you can easily buy it without going through the whole multi-level marketing pitch. You don't have to have a party. You don't have to, I don't know, like sell it to your friends. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, and that's cool. You can purchase Seint Beauty, I think, off their website without going through a consultant. I could be completely wrong about that, but if you are like, okay, I want to buy it through a consultant and get color matched and all that stuff, it is like not hard to find one. If you just put like a hashtag Seint Beauty in Instagram, or just search like Seint Beauty consultant on YouTube, you're gonna find someone that, and they have like a whole color match process. I probably could have color matched myself. However, the makeup doesn't apply like you think it's gonna apply. So that could have gone horribly wrong also. So just find a consultant, buy through a consultant. I will link the Instagram account of the consultant that I used in the comment section, or I'm sorry, in the description box down below. It's been a minute since I've made a YouTube video. She is also my hairstylist, so very like easy for me to, you know, order makeup and whatnot. So this, I made some notes. If you see me referring to notes, that's correct. That's what I'm doing. This used to be called Mascara Beauty. The gal who started this company is, I don't know if she's still on YouTube or she was on YouTube, but I like remember watching her on YouTube. Her name is Kara. I don't remember her last name. This is, you can Google all this. Like, you don't need me to tell you. Okay, so why I bought it. Just get my notes out here. Why I bought it. I have an interest in cream-based products. because my skin is maturing. I'm 36. I'm not like hiding my age by any means. This makeup appears to have a natural finish. It's also a simplified, like all-in-one experience. Like everything is in one package, which means purportedly it's like easy to travel with. It is comparatively affordable to like drugstore makeup when you consider, like, you know, when you go to the drugstore, you don't just buy a foundation, right? Or when you are like building your makeup collection over the years, it's not just a foundation and then that's it, right? It's, you buy a foundation, you buy a highlighter, you buy maybe color corrector, probably concealer, powder, eyeshadows, all the nine. So from the perspective of like building an entire collection, it's on par affordably with drugstore makeup, because each pan in your, whatever this is called, packet, is like around like $14. Oh my god, I have to switch my battery already. Please hold. Oh yes, I remember. I was talking about the fact that this is comparable to drugstore pricing. So each pan in here, which I know you've seen these, but I'll just show you what's up. Each pan is $14. I went a little ham on my first purchase. Okay, there you are. Hi. But that's just because I can. I'm a grown-up. I like makeup, so I just like went for it. So this is a lot of money in makeup tied up here, but you don't have to go big like this. You can just get like your 3D whatever 4-pan palette when you start out, if you are interested. Or I mean, you could just buy like a pan. I mean, there's nothing to say that you have to have this like little kit, but I will say that on the website, if you get like the correct amount of pans that fill up whatever like level of little thing you're getting, they discount, or I think this thing becomes free, so you might as well go for it. Okay, so affordability, it's there. I've spent way more than this in one go with drugstore makeup and high-end makeup, so whatever. I really hope my husband's not watching. Okay, and then people seem to swear by this. That was the other thing that I don't know if I touched on this yet or not, but you like do a search for this on social media or YouTube, and like I don't know if everyone that's making videos about this product is a consultant or if people just genuinely love it. There seems to be like, it's got like a cult following, and then there seems to be some people that are like, no, wasn't for me, I hate it. So I don't know, we'll see, but it kind of, I think it kind of comes down to skill level, if I'm being honest. So there are two products specifically, or like pretty heavily marketed toward like mature or aging skin anyway, that have been marketed to me on Instagram. One of which is this product, and then the other of which, and yes, I'm still referring to my notes, and the other one of which is the Laura Geller Baked foundation and, you know, blush, bronzer, etc. products. I also have those. I got sold. That's fine. They're two really opposite ends of the spectrum. One is a complete like powder foundation. Can we coin the term? I did it again. Can we coin the term? Can we coin the term powder for powder foundation? Probably not. It doesn't sound that enticing. Anyway, two opposite ends of the spectrum. The Laura Geller products are like entirely powder. Pretty foolproof, if I'm being 100% honest. You don't have to have like a high skill level to apply the powder products. The Laura Geller site itself has a ton of like how-to videos on how to apply their products, and then of course there's a bunch of YouTube videos on it also. But they seem to have they both have like kind of like an equal level of like cult following, and they're both marketed, I mean, not, I would say Seint is not marketed like primarily toward mature skin, but it's definitely touted for a great, like cream-based products are kind of like it, or the one for like maturing skin. And then, but some people swear by powder foundation, so I don't really know. I've used the Laura Geller. I like it okay, but it's definitely a powder foundation finish. Like I mentioned, they have a different skill level required for application. The Laura Geller powdered foundation it's pretty foolproof. I mean, you just go in all over your face with the powder foundation. You hit up with some concealer first if you're into that, if you need it, which I do, so I do that. And then you just kind of hit the like high points of the face with your, you know, your baked bronzer situation, or I do. I like a sun-kissed type of vibe. And then their blush is, the blush product that I have anyway is, it's quite not very pigmented, so it's definitely buildable, I think is how we like sugarcoat that, which is, it's good. It makes it kind of foolproof, but it also requires many passes of brush to your face. So the difference then with this product is that there is a kind of a conversely a higher skill level that seems to be, it's like the same learning curve that is pretty consistent with any type of a cream makeup product, but most specifically like professional application, and or I would say like theater style cream makeup application. You do have to have some working knowledge of like color theory in regards to like color correction, shade and light, how they like work off your face, and I'd say what pigments play nicely together. You kind of have to have a, I mean, if you get color match, they'll like show you your undertone and the selections, right? But like presumably you have a more advanced makeup skill level if you're going to enjoy this product, and you kind of know your undertones, you like know how things kind of like play and work together on your face, and you know, kind of like, you know, like we all have like little like imperfect spots on our face, and you kind of like are aware of those and like they're, how dark they are compared to the rest of your face, etc. Right? You just have like a little bit more working knowledge of makeup. So turn page. My skill level in a makeup application, just so I'm like level set here, I would say intermediate to a novice level pro. I have bought a ton of makeup. I have tried a ton of makeup. I have been doing makeup. I'm 36. I think I started applying makeup like routinely when I was like 14 years old. And I don't mean like tinkering in makeup at 14. I mean like full foundation, concealer, powder, the whole, you know, everything. I have I watch a lot of makeup content, which is like, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine, but I really enjoy watching makeup content, so there you go. And I'm sure that if you're here, you do too. Okay, what's next? Oh, so my skin type is, oh, I made a list of my skin type. We're so like negative on ourselves, you know, and here I am being like, wait until you hear this. My skin type, chronically dry, that's my whole body, right? I'm undernourished consistently. Like I literally like rely on oils and facial vitamins and things like that. My skin is, it's sallow, it's dull, it's definitely maturing. I don't know if I would qualify it as mature skin at this point, but it's definitely maturing. I have a few static lines on my face when I'm not using Botox, which I'm 8 months pregnant right now, so I haven't used Botox in at least that long. Which it's safe to say that all my Botox is worn off because I wasn't like a real heavy hitter. I would just like, you know, do the baby tox, the light tox, you know, the preventative. What else? I have many dynamic fine lines, and I have almost no natural oil or sebum production on my face, which means I don't ever have pimples, ever. Like in my lifetime, the amount of even like hormonal pimples I've got along my jawline, I can probably count on maybe one hand, but easily two hands. I have sun damage, obviously, because I'm I'm a millennial and I worshiped the sun. I have melasma spots. Like this is like, I mean, look at that. I've got a friend. And I have increasingly darkening under eyes as I age and as I like have more babies and get less sleep. I also have hooded eyes, which is not really relevant to how the makeup's going to apply, but there is eyeshadow, so it's worth mentioning. I have almost no eyebrows. These are microbladed. Like I've had several microblade applications, like probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 over the years. And I think they need to be touched up, but I'm pregnant. You can't really do that stuff while you're pregnant. But my actual brows are like non-existent. And I'm olive toned, which simply means that I have like a green tinge to my skin, which sounds very beautiful. But you know, it is what it is. I have no like natural redness in my undertone at all. And I wouldn't really say that I'm warm. I've thought in the past that I leaned warm, but now I realize that it's just olive. So my makeup preference then, this is the last thing I'll mention and then we'll get into it. My makeup preference is I like to have like a natural, no makeup vibe. I like to look nourished, youthful, glowy, dewy, kind of radiant. Definitely the opposite of what I like went for when I was first starting to put on makeup, which is like all the makeup. Like that was my vibe, all the makeup. And now I really prefer like a less is more type of vibe. I like to say I like to look natural but extra. So I'm like very likely a lot of days to just forego foundation completely and just kind of like spot conceal. I'll use like a glowy primer, spot conceal, add like a ton of blush and like a, not chapstick, but like a nice heavy balm and some lashes, and that's like, okay, it's natural but extra. So that's like the goal, and that just seemed to be like the vibe with this. So anyway, enough of me rambling. We're going to get to the first/second impression and let you know what I think of the makeup. Okay, I am going to prime my face with, you're never going to be able to see this, with their, oh, maybe e.l.f. Glow something Radiant Moisturizer. I'm priming my face with the e.l.f. Hi, autofocus, welcome back. This is the e.l.f. Plus Glow Radiant Moisturizer, Coconut and Hyaluronic Acid, SPF 15. Just a like quick plug for this product. This is like my 3rd bottle of this that I've purchased. It is cheap. I think it's like under $15, might be like 12 bucks or something. I don't know, but it's an SPF, which is baller. It's probably not enough SPF, according to your dermatologist or whatever, but in my defense, I usually would layer it with another like CC cream that had SPF in it. But I digress. But anyway, I like to use this as a primer because it's glowy, it's nice, it's moisturizing. And there we are. And then the other thing that I like to do before I use any makeup at all basically is go in with an eye cream. Like I've already used eye cream in my skincare routine, but we're going to go in with some more eye cream because you just can't have enough. This one's the Honest Beauty eye cream, and we're going to get aggressive under our eye with an eye cream. So, like no joke, I used eye cream like probably 3 times a day. If I wear makeup, I use eye cream morning and night, and then I also use eye cream before I put on my makeup. And then I'm just gonna like get my lips looking juicy and treated with this LA Girl lip mask. It's okay. It smells kind of like little kid makeup, if I'm being honest. But it was cheap, so it's I'd say it's comparable to those, you know, Laneige, those bougie ones, but the Laneige ones smell way better. That one smells like kid makeup, no joke. Okay, so I'm primed. My under eyes are like, you know, drinking in some moisturizer. I got that tip from Wayne Goss, by the way, about moisturizing before you go in. Like, I have no like natural oil production in my skin, so I don't need a pore minimizing primer. Like, I'm all set there. And I bought every brush that Seint makes because I'm a hoe for brushes. I even brought the brush carrying bag because I love makeup. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, so while my under eyes are setting up, I'm gonna like get into this palette here. I have the, I don't know, it holds like 16, wait, 18. It holds a lot. It's got like 2 levels. Level 1, or they call them decks, I think. First deck, second deck. So you're not supposed to mix cream and powder in the same level in these. But I like didn't get the memo until after I already made my order. So I have cream and powder mixed. But I also use a little piece of plastic to cover these cream ones on my lower deck or whatever, just in case there's a break. But I haven't traveled with this yet, so I'm not too concerned about their powders breaking until I travel with it. So let's do this. Okay, I am gonna have to list all the shades below because like I was too lazy to like find them in advance, but here's a gist of what's going on. I was color matched by the gal that I bought this from. This is my, like, so these are all considered highlight colors, and that's like your, it's not really highlight. It is, but it's also just your like base shades in your face. And the way this is explained, and what I know to be true from having applied makeup for literal years to myself, is that nobody has just like one base shade going on in their face. So this is like meant to be kind of a more yellowy toned under eye brightener anywhere you would like need to brighten. And then this is going to be my darker shade that's for like any sunspots, etc. that need covered. And then this is like what matches my skin tone. And on camera it does look kind of matchy, but in person I think it looks a little dark. But knowing now how the makeup applies, it's like very occlusive is a great word. I know that's not like an ideal word to describe your makeup, but it's like cream based, and it's very occlusive. Like, it's not going to absorb in your skin. It's definitely going to sit on top of it, but it is not, I don't want to say it is pigmented, but it shears out like quite nicely, so it's not going to come across like the shade that you see in the pan. So anyway, I'm still tinkering, trying to figure out what brushes I like for what, but I do know that I like this brush here, and I like to go in, based on my experience, my one experience, I like to pick up my darker shade here, and then I really hope this comes across on camera what I'm doing. This will be interesting to see, but I like to go in, like I said, I like a sun-kissed look. So in my cheek area here, I have my most sun damage and discoloration. And it's also not lost on me that, like, if the sun were to naturally tan my face, it would darken the areas on my face that are what we consider to be the high points. We usually think of those areas as like catching light, but if we're being honest, if that's where the sun is gonna like tan our faces the most. So I like to take that shade, and you know, lo and behold, that's where I have all the sun damage. So it does stand to reason that that's where the sun likes to kiss my cheeks. So I am going to go in and use that shade, and you can see this subtle color starting to show up, and I'm blending, and there's like multiple ways to apply this based on what I read on the internet, which I know to be true because I read it on the internet, that you can go in and apply this in steps like I'm gonna do, or you can go in that like leopard technique where they like, you like dot your whole face up with where you think the colors go. That's a tough practice to wrap my head around, just because that's just not how I think about makeup in terms of application. But some people go for it, and you know what, go with God. So I am still dipping into that one shade that I'll tell you in the description box what it is. And you see, if I just put it on like that, it's like, it's dark. Like, you're like, wow, that's like too dark. Yes, it is. Let's thin it out. Let's thin it out and like blend, blend, blend. And you see automatically, like, it's giving me some coverage over my, now listen, I'm not going in real heavy-handed here. Why am I not? Because I don't like my makeup to look heavy-handed. If I'm being really honest, I like some of my like freckles, etc. to show through. So if that's not you, I would say like make sure you convey that to the person that's color matching you if you have an interest in picking some of this up. Like if you need it to like be spot on, matchy matchy. And that's like when I did my color match, there was a little blurb for like an open text field for like, tell me how you like to wear your makeup. And I did, and I told her, hoey and glowy. Just kidding. So I'm also going to go up here. You can see I have some discoloration around my hairline, which, oh my goodness, that's where people naturally contour, isn't it? Seems like maybe there's something to that. So I mean, I barely, like you can see, I'm barely getting into that pan. Because a little bit truly goes a very long way. And so you can already see, or maybe you can't see, I like to get really back in my hairline with that. I hate a white hairline. Perfectly done makeup and then a white hairline. Okay, so you can see there, compared to where I was, that these areas, I've just given a little kiss of coverage. And then I'm gonna do the same thing kind of like down my neck a little bit with this color. And this is personal preference, but like my face is always darker than my neck. And so this is just to like kind of start tying everything together, but this is important. This is not my contour color. This is just my darker highlight color. And remember that in Seint Beauty, highlight refers to your like basically foundation shade. So I'm just getting my neck, and you can see, I hope you can see, that my neck now kind of like more matches my face. We're really splitting hairs with that, but that's what I like. So next, I'm gonna hit my under eyes are pretty well absorbed with that eye cream, and I'm gonna go in with my under eye stuff here, and I'm gonna use, I think, this little brush. So it's this one that looks like this on one end and this on the other end. And then I'm gonna go back to this first shade, which is like my true highlight color. It's a little bit more yellow / peachy toned. And that one I did stick my finger in when I was unpackaging my little tins. So, oops, I dropped one. It's gonna have to stay there because I'm really pregnant. So I'm just gonna tap this. My computer is reminding me of things. I'm just gonna tap this lightly, like genuinely a little bit goes a very long way. And I'm gonna get in there in my under eyes. And like, I think whatever, this is a life lesson. Whenever you're putting any makeup or coverage or anything under your eye, you need to like ultra hydrate your under eye, okay? Yeah. So, okay, and then you kind of like blend it into that shade that you have going on beneath it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use that to kind of color correct my eyelid. Nobody told me to do that. I just think it makes sense to do it, and it will serve as a nice little eyeshadow primer. Okay, so you can see eye that has the highlight color, whatever. This is my made up eye. This is my non-made up eye. So maybe I could go in here with just like a tad more. But you see that that is subtly color correcting because, and what else? You can take another brush if you want to and kind of like blend where the lighter highlight shade meets the darker highlight shade. If you want to do that, you see it's like, oh, gotta light up my backlight here. You can see that there's, okay, like a line of like demarcation there where they need to be brought together. So what's a good brush to do that? I don't really know. I'm just gonna go back to that original brush and I'm just gonna like soften that line up. And because these are creams, they don't obviously like set down right away, you got plenty of time to work. All right, so made up eye, she's nice and bright. And then let's go to the other one. Okay, eyes are brightened, and then I know for me personally that I like to bring a little of that like lighter color down the center of the nose for some coverage. You can do this in like steps or whatever if you want, but like areas of the face where I would naturally like bring a lighter, you know, a brightening color, so to speak. I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight down the center of the nose right now, and then maybe even there a little bit. Okay, and then last I'm gonna go in with this. Listen to me, like I'm some kind of beauty person. I'm gonna take basically the same brush, this one that I've been using, and I'm gonna hit up my this shade, which is closest to my natural color. Okay, so I haven't cleaned the brush or anything in between all this, but for this shade, I'm just gonna hit up the areas on my face that I have not yet given any coverage to, and I just put a little down and blend. It's like very intuitive, exactly what you think you do. And because I want to create some like dimension over where I laid down that darker shade, I'm obviously not gonna like go up into that darker shade with my more skin tone, my like more natural match, because I want to like give that dimension, you know, space. So I don't have like any one area on my face that I need a bunch of coverage. Like even my sunspots, I don't mind if they shine through, and you'll see like this one does shine through, and that's fine. Go in the middle of my forehead. This is actually way more makeup than I wore yesterday when I was just tinkering with the product. Yeah, so you're supposed to be able to do this like one layer, like, I mean I kind of did, but I just like for things to like blend together really nicely. So there is basically that situation done. So next I'm gonna go in with my, I have two contour shades that I bought. This one I think is called Tan Lines. This is like for when I am not tan. There's sense that makes. And then this is I think called Bella, and that's for gonna be for like when I am tan. So I'm gonna go in with the lighter contour shade and use this brush right here, and I am just gonna maybe grab some of that denser brush. I'm just gonna hit up right here. Ooh, that's a muddy streak. And right here, and this is the first time I'm using this brush. I am not, I guess that's okay for laying the product down, but for blending I'm gonna go back to this guy. This is like the best blending brush. And I'm just gonna blend that. I'm gonna bring it up. Kind of fix up my line a little bit. And then I'm gonna bring this up and into my hairline. This is nice. This is, I thought this yesterday at the same time when I used this. Like, this is in terms of contour, like the subtlety of it, that's very nice. I really like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, obviously. So there's like a lot of dimension going on here because we added that darker, like 3D whatever highlight shade first to like the darkest parts of the face where the sun would hit, and then we're kind of topping it off with like just a very subtle contouring dimension. I probably brought that in a little bit far. That's okay, just blend it out. That's what I like to do. And then I'm gonna go back around my hairline. There's a bronzer in here, this guy, that's warmer for hitting your face up where it should be like bronzed. But I'm just like not there right now. Like I don't really want the warmth in my complexion in terms of, I don't really want to look ultra sun-kissed right now. And for me, that's like, when I want to look like the sun has like really kissed my face, I tend to aim for like warmer colored products. I know contour is supposed to be like not warmer, whatever, but it's different. Being bronzed and having dimension are like, they're like different things. They're different concepts. So, and I'm like not the person to explain that in any great amount of detail. I just know when I am looking like it's like legitimate sunny outside, it's summer, and I want to look like I've been, you know, boating all weekend, I'm gonna gravitate toward more of like a terracotta colored product. Like losing some bristles from somewhere on my face. What is that? I don't know where. That might actually be my hair. Well, that's annoying. Anyway, if I want to look sun-kissed, I will aim for like a terracotta colored product. Okay, so very last thing I'm going to do is hit the same contour shade with, I'm thinking I'm going to go in, I think this is like an eyeshadow brush, and that's fine, it's little. I'm going to use like probably this end of this, and I'm going to grab my same exact contour shade. And I'm going to bring it from my eyebrow down to the end of my nose. Ooh, she's dark. And if you remember earlier, I already did the lighter shade. It's so subtle. And then I'm going to cap my nose right there. And then I'm also going to just add some dimension to my very hooded eyes. That's fine. God bless me with mucho eyelid. And then kind of connect those so it like is logical. This is the best makeup tutorial of your life, I bet. Yeah, I like it. So then I'm gonna hit this up with that same blendy situation and kind of bring that down to the side a little bit. This is the easiest nose contour I think I've ever done, for the record. Okay, so I've added, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit up my jawline because I'm pregnant and we could use it. Okay, all right, this looks a little, I look a little bright and crazy right here, but in real life, it looks very nice. I'm gonna do a little bit of blush right now, and I'm gonna use this thing because I like a blended blush, and I'm gonna go in with this middle blush shade. This is called Frenchie, and I really like it, but it's blush is extremely pigmented. It's called Lip and Cheek in this Seint situation. It's extremely pigmented, okay? Like, tread lightly. I made the mistake yesterday of like just brushing some straight on my face, like, you know, like heavy-handedly, and I'm like, oh, I'll blend it out. No, don't do it. And I like to start my blush right about here and keep it higher. And I don't know if that's like the Gen Z way or not, or the facial lifting way or not. Doesn't really matter to me. It's like where it works best on my face. I feel like, because I have like kind of high cheekbones, so I feel like a healthy flush would occur kind of like here-ish. I know for a fact that when a healthy flush or a flush occurs on my face, it's more like here. I have more of a bearded flush, but whatever. This is if everything were like, you know, the way I would want it to be. And then I do like just a little pop right here. And then I also use whatever, but how many more things can I add to my forehead? I do like, I'm gonna add a little blush up here. And you're like, why didn't you just use the warmth of the bronzer? Because I didn't, okay? Because this is like how I would have done it prior to picking up a Seint palette, and that's how I'm doing it now. So that's like base kind of done. So I'm gonna pop over here to this like lower deck L2 of my palette, and I'm missing one here because it broke. And I'm gonna grab with a blending type brush, just with this brush again. I've like used it a bunch of times. I am gonna grab, I think you're, and hey, I think you're supposed to keep your powder brushes you use in powder separate from your cream brush, cream blushes, but I'm not. Okay, and I'm gonna get some of this color right here, which I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm gonna use. Okay. And I'm just gonna put that right here. And you should know that I'm not really an eyeshadow person. I like for it to look like put together, thought out, healthy. But that's as much eyeshadow as you're gonna catch me using. Okay. And then I am gonna go in with this. There's like a vanilla dusting powder right here. I'm gonna put that under my eyes, just slightly with this brush. Just tap, tap. Okay. And then this is really nice for like pressing this into the under eye. Very subtly. I do have another powder that I was gonna use on my whole face, but I think I'm gonna skip it because yesterday I didn't use powder to powder the rest of my face. Because they say like don't do that because powder settles into the fine lines, and it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I didn't, and it was good to go. All right, so this is done. This is complete. I really feel like my base is quite flawless. It's not flawless, right? It looks like skin. Where's my clip? It looks like it looks pretty skin-like. I mean, I'm trying to like get in here as much as I can. Whoops. I need the light from my computer screen. It looks like skin, but better, okay? You can still see some like stuff shining through. If my eyebrows look, oh my God. If my eyebrows look funky, it's because, like I said, they're microbladed and I've gone over them with some product, so. But yeah, you can still see like my skin. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm having lighting issues. I don't know what I was saying, but it was probably something that's like my skin is still like shining through. And by shining, I mean like you can still see the imperfections on my face. This makeup has buildable coverage, I'm told. It's probably gonna be a long time before I like find out if that's true, because I mean I like built it up around my under eyes. You can't see, we can all attest that I had some dark situation under my under eyes. and that is gone. So I based on that, I think it's like pretty buildable. My under eyes like don't look cakey whatsoever, like whatsoever, and they have both the cream product and like a slight dusting of powder over top of them. This like redness that's in my waterline situation, like no makeup's gonna take care of that, because I mean I guess I could line my waterline with like some type of light product, but it's like just not that important. It's just not that serious. It's just makeup. I'm gonna finish my face, which is gonna consist of these 4 things that I'm sure you're familiar with. Maybe 5 if I use a setting spray. This video is not about this, but this is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And this is like, I have probably repurchased this. This is the best brow product. This and the pencil I'm going to use, the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Best brow products I have ever used. Using them together. And I really like get this in there. I like back comb it. I like make it all in there. And this is a fiber brow builder. I mean, I have used expensive brow products. Look at the difference already. I've used the expensive brow products, the Benefit, all the different Benefit brow products. I've tried all the Anastasia brow products, and they're okay. They're nice. For me, this is the best color match. This is a true neutral to cool brown, which if you're olive toned, I don't know if you know this, but neutral to cool brow colors like this are typically the most flattering. So I'm gonna let that that has to dry just a little bit and then fast forward through this. Alright friends, that's all she wrote. Finished up this look with the mascara and eyeliner. No, oh my god, mom brain. Mascara and brow product, and I'm gonna set my face quickly. I didn't do this step yesterday, so this is like new, right? She's down to the bottom barrel. I really like the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. It should tell you something that I have used I have tried so many expensive makeup products. And I freaking love e.l.f. Like, e.l.f. is in it right now. This is squirting out some big old droplets because it's in need of a tap out. It's in need of a new fresh one. The only other thing I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to take the same color that I used on my cheek, this Frenchie, and put a little bit on that finger, and I'm just gonna, oh, ooh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. That might be a little much for me. I'm not a huge lip person, like lip product person. I love a balm. Okay. This is different. This is like channeling my early makeup days. Look at that. Look at me with lipstick on. Holy shit, who am I? I'm gonna hit it with some gloss. I'm not about that matte Lip Vibe Life. This is not really gloss. This is the same product I used in the beginning, which is the LA Girl Lip Mask. Yeah. I'm going to do some of that because I'm just not about that matte lip life. Okay. This is it. This is all she wrote. Finished product. Final thoughts. Who am I? Jeffree Star. Final thoughts. Seint Beauty. Oh, gotta get all lean back in my chair to give you my final thoughts. I'm trying to be thoughtful about this. Compared to the Laura Geller product that I talked about earlier, the like powder foundation vibe, it's like totally different. Like, why would anyone ever compare powder foundation to cream-based foundation or cream-based products in like a makeup impressions video? It's because they're both marketed toward mature skin or maturing skin or whatever. And they're like two different, it is truly like apples and oranges. Like, I do think the Laura Geller product, it looks nice on maturing skin because it has like a little bit of a reflect to it, so it's not too matte and it's not too noticeable. And if you like spray it down with a setting spray when you're done, it's good vibes. Like, it's good vibes. It's a little bit more expensive than this. Like, product for product is a little bit more expensive than these. I feel like because of how sheer these products are, this is literally gonna last you forever, which that'd be pretty cool. I can definitely see myself traveling with this 100%. I like the coverage. Like, I like how my face looks. My skin looks like skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a pound of makeup. I'm not wearing a pound of makeup. It feels very lightweight on the skin. The coverage is definitely buildable. I don't know how it would go if I powdered all over. Like, right now it still has like a kind of a tacky vibe to it, but I'm told, and I didn't really, maybe I'll have to maybe check in or something, but I'm told that this kind of like melts into your skin and will like kind of set by itself. I'll have to let you know on that, because I don't plan on setting anything else with the powder, but some people do and they have like good luck with that. So final thoughts. I like it. I'm into it. Like, this first deck that's like all cream-based products, I'm 100% into this. I was already using a lot of cream-based products in my routine anyway. Do I think you need the powder-based like eyeshadows and stuff? That's debatable. Like, I haven't like really dipped into these hardcore, but I don't think that there's anything miraculous about the eyeshadows or the other powder-based products in here. I will say though that just from a travel perspective, like keeping this all in one thing, that's nice. Like, that, from that aspect, that's nice. And you have like your full lineup in there, and then all you really need to take with you is primer, brow products, mascara, and like any other like standout one-off thing that you might like to have. But everything else is like good to go, like ready to roll in this palette. So for that reason, I would say, yeah, do the eyeshadows. They're also like kind of on par with drugstore eyeshadow singles, I would say. No, that's not true. Eyeshadow singles at the drugstore usually run, I'd say, between like $5 and $8, depending on which drugstore you go to. I know you, some bougie ass hoes going to CVS. But they're more commensurate than, I would say, with like an upscale, or like more like department store level of eyeshadow product. Holy blurry, what just happened? Okay, good to go. So yeah, I like it. That's it. That's all she wrote. I like it. I'm going to continue to play with it. I'm going to continue to use it. Do I recommend you like go all in with the 18 count double-decker thing initially? Probably not. I thought it was getting booted. I would say just start with your little like base 3D whatever. I don't know if it's like 6 shades or what. But just start with like a little guy. Get color match. Start with the little guy. Get you like a blush that you like, you know, and like do like the whole face thing. And then if you're going to travel, just get like one of those little e.l.f. Mini little quads that they make, because those are good for eye looks as well. What else? That's it, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.